everyone. This is Jamie Marboe Nichols, and I am the host of the Heart of Dentistry Podcast, where we take the ache out and put the heart back in to our dental profession. Please join me as I interview various guests who have opinions and also solutions to what is going on in our profession and helping us put the heart back in. Hi everyone, this is Jamie Marboe Nichols with the Heart of Dentistry, and I am thrilled for my guests that I have on today. I have Mrs. Anne Duffy with Dew, Dental Entrepreneur in Women and Dental Entrepreneur, and she is amazing and a dear friend. And so thank you, Anne, for joining me on my podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jamie. It's an honor to be on your podcast, and I'm excited for you. Congratulations! Listen to your first one, and
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're a great communicator, so it's just an honor to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. This was actually season 3. As you know, Brandy Hooker Evans and I did season 1 and 2, and now it's me. I'm doing this solo, and we'll see how it goes. So far, it's so good. So, anyways, I am here to see what the ache in dentistry is and how we can put the heart back in. And so I'm just going to let you tell me, what do you see? We talk a little bit before we get on, and record this, but typically I kind of just go rogue with my guests a little bit. I kind of know that you're going to be talking about people being entrepreneurs and feeling a little bit alone and feeling like they don't necessarily know where they fit in or who they have that they can depend on. So tell me some of the experiences. You talk with so many people, especially women, but you talk with a lot of people, and you've been in dentistry for how many years now?
Oh gosh, so many, so many.
Yeah.
I graduated from Ohio State in '74 and did 46 years of clinical hygiene, and
Wow.
I'm still going strong here. I know it's so fun.
I love it.
I just love the profession. I think one of the things that I think is well, let's just say what I wish I knew then that I know now is that it's really important to find your community. And lucky for me, I founded a community, I guess, with Dental Entrepreneur Women. I just wish it was around when I was young, because I had no idea the opportunities that were there. I think the ache that I felt as a hygienist, and was really that there was nowhere for me to go, and I never really got the respect that I think that I yearned for as a professional. And I stayed in an office, great clinician. He was the best clinician I think I had worked for, and a good guy, but never poured into me. And so I didn't even know what was possible with this career. And then, 42, when I was around 42 and I started the couple of side gigs, I branched out, still working as a clinical hygienist, but branched out into the dental community at large. And then started to realize, oh my God, there's this whole other world out here, that these other opportunities that would actually use my career, give me some more growth that I was looking for. Fast forward to 9 years ago, when a good friend of mine was bullied in her review, and I called her. She was crying. Her boss said her, smile was insincere, and he wrote it in her 360 review. And I said, well, that's insane. I'm just going to start another magazine to highlight women in dentistry. And that showed me right there that even when you have some colleagues and you have friends and family and all those things, sometimes you need somebody that's outside of your circle to actually
Mhm.
help you see an answer, solve a problem that's happening right in front of you. And so that's where we kind of came up with, I just think that coming up with the answers in the ladies' room was genius, because the answer is in the ladies' room. You bring women together from all different career paths and all different lifestyles, all different upbringings. The answer is going to rise up from for a problem, but also sometimes we don't want to share it with our friend down the street, or even we don't want to burden our mother, or we don't want to, talk to somebody that might be judging us. And so
Yeah.
find your community that can support you through the good times, support those wins. And then also when you're a little bit down and you need a little help and an arm to bring you up, uh, find that community. And I think there are communities like that in dentistry, and that will help you grow not only
Yeah,
personally but professionally.
I think that's wonderful. And I think you kind of hit a very important point that I think that needs to be discussed a little bit more. And that is that even though you're around your own community, whether it's within the office, whether it's within, I was a hygienist for the same doctor for 24 years
Hmm.
in a smaller town, and you had to be really careful who and what you talked about.
Yeah.
It was such, your patients went to maybe the same church as your boss, or maybe one of the other coworkers was in the same uh, babysitting co-op group, and so you had to really be careful. And so sometimes even though you had each other's back to a certain extent, like I know that with me and that some of the ladies I worked with for 24 years, we went through divorces together. Unfortunately, we went through babies, had baby showers, weddings. We're still going to each other's kids' weddings, things like
Yeah.
that. But at the end of the day, I do believe that right now there's such a high turnover in a lot of offices. And so for us, we didn't jump from office to office. You worked in the same office for how many years, did you say?
Yeah. 27 here in Charlotte. I mean, I have
Yeah.
six state boards, but other
Yeah, and I was 24 in Idaho Falls. And, I think that having, and you don't necessarily want to go to your neighbor because they may be a patient. You really do feel somewhat alone. But with the DO community, the dental entrepreneurial women that I've been a member since you first started, that has been my tribe. I
yeah.
don't feel judged. I feel like they've gone through some of the same things, and they're just enough farther out. We're
Hmm.
not in our circles don't overlap too much, in our communities, that I really feel like, we do get to support each other. And that is for sure for me and a lot of women. That is our tribe. And I love it. I look forward to the Do Retreat every single year.
Thank you. I know it's coming up here in November, but Jamie, the other thing you hit on, it's not just the problems that you have and all of that. Of course, you want to share that. You need some help during those times. And it is also it's a lot of the opportunity that you never even know exist. And I
Hmm.
think with our Do community and with other communities out there, people see something in you. Hey, Jamie, you can help me with this, or let's collaborate here. I was so head down in my role as a
Yeah.
dental hygienist, and speaking to the hygienists out there, and even the dental owners, you go to work and you come home. You go to work and you come home, and and rinse and repeat. But you don't look outside of that whole big vast world out there. That the opportunities are there,
Yeah.
but unless somebody actually, you know, either uh, shares it with you, shares those opportunities, or you are just so curious that you keep looking for them. And then I always wanted to do well and do my best, but I didn't know what I didn't know. And I
Yeah,
think
I
that's what a
agree.
community opens up for you.
I think so too. It opens up your eyes to what you can do. And I know that there's a lot of seasoned hygienists and dental professionals of various categories in Do um, that would all say that we wished we knew then, the 20, 30-year-old dental hygienist,
Yeah.
assistant, office manager, whatever it may be, wish we knew then what we know now. I can remember, one of my all-time heroes back when I was just freshly new into dental was Linda Miles. And I went
Yeah.
and listened to her at a dental convention. And at the time, this is in the late 80s, early 90s, at the time, there weren't very many women out on the stage. There's a few pioneers out there like
Oh
her,
yeah,
Laura
yeah, that's right.
Jameson. And I remember thinking, is that even possible? I mean, I just remember thinking, how was she? She was up there with Stephen Covey at
Wow.
800 to 1,000 people in the room. And I just remember thinking, is that even possible? And that was the first time I had a little spark of something outside of, even though I loved my profession, I loved hygiene, that there was something else that I could maybe possibly do.
Yeah.
And I had a picture of Linda that she gave to me about that age she was when I saw her. And then when I did get a chance to go full circle with it and speak at the Utah dental meeting, I showed a picture of her there. And there was one person that recognized her. But I think the point here is the nuggets, the takeaway is there is more out there. You don't have
Mhm.
to leave
Right.
operatory. You don't have to leave doing your passion or what you went to school with. Some people think it's all or nothing. And I want to just say you can do both. You can
Yeah.
do something that's more entrepreneurial-ish and still be that a dental assistant, or whatever it may be.
Or anything is
Writing, they
possible
can
now. I mean,
write.
even like I love that females are overtaking the males graduating in dental school. If
Yeah.
you want to practice 2 or 3 days a week and raise your family when they're littles, great. Because when
Yeah.
they go away to college or they're in high school, they don't want you around as much as,
Hmm.
I always say to the moms out there, look, the kids are okay. It's like we don't want to miss anything, right? But it's
Right.
nice to keep your career going. And then you can go full steam ahead. And there's a lot of female dentists that's buy their practices in their late 40s because
Yeah.
now it's their time. And it sure beats like I have friends that haven't kept up with their career, which again, you go to all this, I say, you know, don't quit your day job
No.
because, they quit the job that they studied for, did all this education, and then they're working at Talbot's for, $10 an hour or $15 or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you just stay with the profession, stay with it, and then
Keep your
keep
fingers
answering.
wet.
Yeah, and then keep your fingers wet, and then say yes to those opportunities that actually help you lean into your strengths, and
Yeah,
that's when you
you and I
soar.
are big
Yeah,
at our strengths and strength finders.
yeah,
So one of the things that you do offer, there's many things you offer with Do and DE, Dental Entrepreneur, but one of the things that's great is writing.
yeah.
Just to get your taste in knowledge and the things that you're passionate about, and still being a part-time dental worker and full-time mom and or dad, and you can still write. I mean, how can people get a hold of you? And we'll make sure we put it in the how they can, so they don't have to
In
try
the
to
show
memorize.
notes.
Yeah, the
Well,
show notes.
hey,
How do people get a hold of you if they're interested in, man or woman, in Do, Dental Entrepreneur Women, or DE? How can they get a hold of you?
I'm all over the place pretty much, but LinkedIn is great, or you can just go to either website, Dental Entrepreneur. Actually, Dental Entrepreneur Media, you can go to both of our publications, The Future of Dentistry and Dental Entrepreneur Woman, and just reach out. You can fill out a little sheet, and it's important, especially if you want bigger things for yourself, you want that expert status. And just so that your listeners know, every story matters. I have so often that people say, oh, I don't really have a great story. Oh, well, let's talk about it. And you know what? They have a great story.
Yeah.
So we want to share those stories because then somebody is going to be inspired, impacted by what you have to say,
Hmm.
and don't ever hesitate in sharing that with us. So yeah, I'd love
Well,
to
I want
help
to
them
get you
out.
back on. I would love for us to talk on another podcast recording. I'd like us to delve in onto the strength finders through Gallup. Because you and I are both, we share the similar top five strengths, but I think that's something that for me in my personal journey within Do, the first retreat, and those strengths, I think that that's a whole nother topic for you and I to jump into and have on the podcast. What do you say?
I'd love to do that, Jamie. And I want to
Okay.
acknowledge you for bringing that to dentistry. That was one of my just goals is in starting to is to bring strength finders to dentistry. And you are one person that has really taken that
Oh,
charge.
oh
And I want
yeah,
to
I
say
love it.
thank you. I say thank
Oh,
you.
you're
It's
welcome. Well,
changing
my
lives.
teams, I owe it to my teams because it's not just enough to teach about high risk pathogens and perfect ultrasonic scaling. And we really, in order for our profession and dentistry to shine, like it is and can be even greater too, we have to delve into our individual and unique strengths and what we bring to the table and understand each other better with more heart and compassion and grace for one another. So we're going to do
Oh,
that again. I'm going to get you back on and we'll
that'd
talk
be
about it. But thank you so much. I love
Thank you,
you.
Jamie. I love
And
you.
I'll see you at the Do Retreat in Charlotte, November 12th through the 15th.
Thank you, Jamie. Take care
Bye.
and good luck. Love you. See ya.
Thank you, hon.
Bye.
The Heart of Dentistry Podcast, where we take the ache out and put the heart back in to our dental profession.